Hey guys, today we're going to make a line mandala. So we start off with a square paper. We're going to make a bunch of circles going around each other. So I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to mark the middle of my paper, and then I'm sketching out some circles around that middle point so it'll help me when I'm working with my markers. We're going to start off with a marker. I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to draw a zigzag line in a circle around that middle point that I made. So that's my first layer of my mandala. The next color, I'm going to go along that circle. I'm going to draw a little bit, turn my paper. Draw a little bit, turn my paper. That's what helps it make that circle go around your paper, especially when they get bigger. Draw a little bit, turn your paper. So now I have 2 layers of my mandala. You're going to keep doing that. If you feel like there's a little bit of space in between, you can add a line like I'm doing with my orange. I add a dashed line in between those two. Next one, I'm going to take a different color and I'm going to make my castle line. So I'm drawing my castle line a little bit, turn my paper, draw a little bit, turn my paper. So that's what you're going to do for every single layer that you make. You're going to choose a line, draw a little bit, turn your paper, pick a different color, and do it again. Here I'm making a lightning line, and it's a little bit hard to see because it's yellow, but it looks really cool because it's lightning and it's yellow. But you can go either way, whichever way is comfortable for your hand to draw. Draw a little bit, turn your paper. And you can choose lots of different colors. You don't have to stick with just a couple. I really love rainbow, like I've told you guys, so I'm going to use as many colors as I can. But whatever colors you use is up to you, as long as you use more than like 2. Here I'm making a dotted line. Moving on, I'm going to make a wave line, but since it's with a red, it almost looks like flames. You can play around with different lines with different colors so it looks a little different than what you usually see it as. So now I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 lines. I need at least 10. So I'm going to do at least 2 more lines. So even though I have 8 lines, I still have a lot of room on the edge of my paper. So like this 9th line, I'm using up a little bit more space because I'm doing my circles and my lines. So your requirement is to use at least 10 lines, but we also really want to fill up the space as best we can. So keep that in mind while you're working too. So I'm going to do a loopy line. It almost looks like a vine with my green marker. So this is line number 10, so I can decide whether to stop here or keep going. And I decided I wanted to keep going, so I drew a scribbly line around the outside. It filled up a little bit more of the space. And one more. I felt like I had a little bit more space that I needed to fill up. So I'm doing one more curly line around the outside, being really careful to try to stay on the paper so that I'm filling up the space but it's not going off my paper. And that's all of my lines. Now the last step you have is to write your name. So either with a Sharpie or a black marker, you're going to write your name in the bottom corner, whichever corner you think is the bottom. And then you're done with your mandala. There you go.